there's a spot called the Mine Head, which then leads to... Let's see. So go back here. Okay, and this you'll find in the Broken Mines. Just go down a few levels. This is right near the end game. So once you get into the mine head, you can then go into Mapworks. Okay, now here, the thing to do is to visit the map seller. And then what you can do from here is you can purchase different maps. So these are geared towards different levels that you may be at. So if you wanted to have a real challenge, you know, the highest level one here is level 96 to 100. It's funny, the last time I looked at these, the symbols were different. Like this dragon one was way up here. So maybe they change sometimes. Wondering if the ones I purchased, yeah, they're here. So yeah, I did buy 3 of them. I finished 1. So the thing to note with these is that there really isn't any story. So these are just extra maps that you can explore. Lots of enemies, allows you to level up your character. So I've actually gained a couple levels just on the last map because there are so many enemies to encounter. And then you go to your map selector and it will show you everything that you've purchased. So this one, that's the one that I've already finished. So let's see. Go to a different one. Okay, so this one I have not done, neither that one. Let's try this one. Of course you get, obviously, your gold drops as well. I'll get my healing bot to come with me. He's quite helpful. I do have one unspent skill point, which I was actually saving. Oh, I know why. I want to spend it on Blast Cannon, but I can't do that until I reach level 52. So if I check my meter down here, I still have fair ways to go to get to level 52. But given the amount of enemies that usually spawn in these areas, at least thinking of the last one, it shouldn't take too long. The last area actually seemed to have more enemies, but this is just the start of this one. blast cannon's actually getting to the point where it's so powerful that some of the weaker enemies, it just blows them right off their feet backwards. And then in the last area, like many others, it actually had 2 or 3 different levels. And then the bottom one was a dungeon, I think, and that's where there was actually a boss there, so... they're pretty fun. I mean... you're really only just missing the story. And while the story was good for what it was supposed to be, I mean, for me at least, it wasn't the be-all, end-all of the entire game. So, as you can see down at the bottom, I mean, I've gained about 30,000, I think, already, so... yeah. The other part of the game that allows you to extend is there's an option to basically start the game over again. It's called, I think it's called the New Plus, and you can do that by visiting one of the NPCs, I think in the mine head, or in I think almost any of the towns, and that allows you to start the game over in the plus mode, which is supposed to offer you a bit better of more of a challenge, according to where your level would be, considering you finished the game. I do find that in these levels that I sometimes walk into areas where I'll find there's a whole ton of different enemies that will come at me all at the same time. So that's a little bit different than the regular game. So yeah, the other enjoyable part for me is obviously leveling up my character just to see how he can perform, with higher levels for, all these categories here. Increasing mana would really help too. And then also, like I said, once I get my blast cannon a couple more levels higher, I'd like to see what kind of destruction that can pose to enemies. It's funny how I walk into some areas when it looks like it's basically a dead end, and the next thing you know, it opens wide into a whole other area, lots of enemies. Almost there. Yeah. 20,000 more to go. That's one thing I'm wondering about the mod, and it may have it, but something like picking up mana and health potions really should just be automatic. Okay, I need to find my next level down. So it's probably going to be over here. Okay, so now I am level 52, which should mean, there we go, I've opened up my blast cannon to be able to upgrade more, so... Oh, wow. I could only upgrade that 1 point. Okay. What else? Oh yes, fire and spark. And then my... Let's see. Well, that didn't work out exactly as I had planned. But I still got the upgrades. Frostbitten Caverns boss. So the last one in the last area, I think, was a dragon. I do have mana potion too, so I can use that. Most times I find I don't really need to. try to pick up most stuff from the bosses, because usually, even if I'm not going to use them, I can get a decent resale value in town from them. Okay, yeah, so that's basically one example of one of the extra maps that you can get. I think there's probably about between, I don't know, 35 to 40 of them, something like that. And then, you know, if storyline is more your thing, then you could replay the game in that other mode. Or, if you're just looking to really change up the entire game in various ways using the different mods, then you can definitely do that as well. So to me, those are probably the best end games for Torchlight 2. I'm probably going to go through almost all of these maps because I really enjoy just leveling up my character and encountering different enemies and seeing how my weapons also can be upgraded and used against enemies. So it's a good game in that respect, because at least you have lots of options, and it's really great that they do allow the modding as well. So if you haven't checked it out and you're thinking about picking it up, I would say that it's definitely worth it. The storyline took me probably 24 hours or so to get through, and then you're going to have lots of replayability based on different methods as well. So if you haven't checked it out or you're thinking about it, then maybe give it a shot if you like these types of games.